Hello Libra, Elsie here to do your reading for the week ahead, my friends. How are you? Thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you. I'm here to do a reading always for the week ahead. Whenever you find this reading, it will be for that. I'm dropping cards here on a Sunday for you, Libra, but when you find this reading, it may or may not resonate. Please keep in mind it's a general reading. Let's look at some oracles first, and then we'll throw some tarot at it. Now we're going to read for the week ahead, Libra, but we're also going to throw some cards down for the week after that. So stick around. We'll do that. Tell me about Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Libra. What does Libra need to know for the week ahead? Libra, you have to set some healthy boundaries. That's what it says here. You need to set some healthy boundaries. And look, when you set the healthy boundaries, you no longer have to be the armadillo. You no longer have to carry around this heavy, as Brené Brown would say, we no longer have to carry around this heavy, clunky armor, right? And because although we put on the armor for periods of safety, like the armadillo, we put on that armor to save ourselves. Nothing gets in to hurt us, but also nothing gets out. You can't share yourself. You can't share your feelings. You can't feel your feelings. So it feels like you need to set healthy boundaries. And who are those boundaries for? They're for you. They're not for anybody else. And the boundaries are, I'm only going to accept certain things in my life. And if you don't fit that criteria, then I don't think you can be in my life. And you don't even have to say it to them. All you have to do is set your boundaries. People get to be who they're going to be, Libra. People get to do what they're going to do and be who they're going to be. And you are supposed to allow them to do that by setting boundaries for you. What are you going to allow? What are you going to allow in past the boundaries? Think about it. We do have, I dropped two here. So we have truth transcends the illusion. Truth, I just gave it to you, right? I just spit it out just now. Yeah, and that's the truth of it. I feel for some of you that you're seeing dragonflies. I want to say that if you are seeing dragonflies, that I want to say it's time. It's an indication and I'm not saying that you see one in a whole season. I think that you're seeing them everywhere, like maybe 3, 4, 5, and maybe not a whole bunch of them, but I think that you're seeing them a lot. They're telling you that it's time for balance. We do have card number 22, and 2s are balance, but also 2 and 2 is 4. And as we look at the number 4, it's all about stability, right? It's telling you that you're on the right path. This is about perseverance and letting you know that things are going to work out. So I do believe that if you've been seeing dragonflies, that the truth is about to be shown to you. Truth of a situation, truth of a relationship, truth of a job, some sort of truth is coming to you here. And I want to say with card number 3 here that we are also looking at 3s, and 3s are about growth. They're also about getting on a new path, or that a new journey is close. So I feel like you've been closed off to that journey because the armadillo is, gets scared and goes into the shell, right? It feels like something has been scaring you, but I think that the dragonfly spirit is telling you that it's time for you to get some balance. You're on the right path. We do have the horse spirit. We have freedom is yours, and we have 3s. I love it. Look at this. Look at this. I can't even. We've got 3, 3, 3, and we have 3s and 2s. Yeah. So for those of you who've been feeling in lack, because 3 and 2 is 5, and I think we have 2 5s here, right? 3 and 2, 3 and 2. I feel like you're about to experience a quick change in something here. Sorry, I'll put that back there. 3s are also about the Empress, so you could be someone who might be experiencing a change into the Empress energy, depending on the lessons that you're learning right now. We do have freedom is yours, and horses, right? For those of you who have spent any time around horses, you know that they're highly psychic. Horses are highly intuitive. They feel energy, and if they don't like you, they'll let you know if they don't like your energy. Absolutely. So it feels as though you're going to get some type of a feeling when you see the dragonflies. And I want to say that's the moment that you're going to know that there is going to be truth that is going to illuminate itself. Something is going to come to the surface here. And it feels like it is about growth. It's about a new journey, maybe a new opportunity. It's about persevering, like I said, and also about having faith that it will work out. All right, bottom of the deck, we have trust in divine detours. I like it. So trust the universe. All right, let's throw down one more card and then we'll get to the tarot here. Tell me about Libra for the week ahead, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Libra. Tell me about Libra. Libra, if you're interested in a private read, you know what to do. Hey, look below this video. Oh, I'm just looking out here. I can see the moon is rising. You can see I've got drapes right here. There's a window right there, and I can see through the drapes, which are kind of sheer, that the moon is rising here. Looks almost full still. All right, here we go. Tell me about Libra. What does Libra need to know? Okay, that one's yours. Acceptance. Look, I think it's not only acceptance of other situations, other things, acceptance of the truth that's going to be coming out, an illumination here. I feel like it's not just that. I feel like it's acceptance of the self. It says, I'm learning to accept the things that I cannot change. So I want to say that somebody here has decided that they're no longer going to be bashing their head against the wall, that I'm just going to let people be who they are. I'm going to set my boundaries, and I'm going to let people be who they are. And I will set those boundaries for me, so the people who are acting a fool are not going to get past those boundaries. They're not allowed in my life. Bottom here, it's discipline. That's what boundaries are. It's about discipline. It says I can accomplish what I set my mind to. That's what boundaries are. It's definitely just a discipline. And I know that maybe they're beautiful and you want to take them out or you want to date them, but if they're not good for your life, they're not good for your life. You need to set a boundary on them. All right. Let's take a look at some tarot here. Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Libra. Tell me about Libra, please. What does the tarot have to say about setting these healthy boundaries here? Because that's what the Empress would do. It's card number 3. It's what the Empress would do. Set boundaries and allow people to be who they are. And allowing some people across those boundaries if they check out, but some people will not be allowed past the boundaries, which are on you, by the way, not on them, right? We do have the Ace of Wands in the reverse. So I think what you're saying here is I'm done with people playing with me. I'm done with people playing with my passions. I'm done with people suckering me into situations and passionate, desirable. It's like, to me, this is the smoke screen. This is the Ace of Wands in the reverse is a smoke screen. It's like somebody who wants to approach your boundaries or someone who has approached your boundaries, but this is the smoke screen. They're not ready to give you anything. It's like you keep letting people in past the boundaries who aren't willing really to give you anything. The Ace of Wands is, I'm not putting energy into that. This is not my passion. It kind of really bores me. It's like I'm not really sure that I want this path. So don't let people in past your boundaries that are making you feel that way. And I don't care if that's your best friend or someone that you're dating or a mother, father, sister, brother. It's a boundary that's in place for a reason here. Tell me more. Feels like you're going to have freedom to go on some sort of a path after you have some sort of transcendent truth show up here. Yeah, you're going to get it in hermit mode. That's what it is. I feel like you have been spending some time alone, and if you haven't yet, that maybe that's going to happen in the week ahead. But in hermit mode, you're finding your light, right? Freedom is yours, and we do have truth. Truth transcends the illusion. That's what you find when you're in hermit mode. You find a lot of truths. You gain a lot of wisdom. You find your own path, and it's a place where you have to be alone, right? It's time to close some doors, I feel, with the World card showing up in the future. You're thinking about closing off relationships, closing some doors, or definitely this energy here. It's like the Hermit is holding out this lamp with a little bit of the star energy in here, right? And it's like, really? Is that what I gave myself up to? Somebody who just wasn't willing to try? Somebody who was taking more than they were giving to me? I feel like you're really looking over a situation from the past, a passionate situation that didn't work out for you, Libra. Tell me about acceptance. It says, I'm learning to accept the things I cannot change. The radical acceptance of the present moment, y'all, it is a game changer. When you finally accept the body size that you have, that's the only time that you're going to be able to change it if you want to. When you finally love yourself for what you look like right now, and that's the only way you're going to change it. That happens with relationships, with family people, with friends. It happens with your health. Once you accept the situation for what it is, only then are you able to move forward, Libra. We have, I love it, the Six of Swords. You are moving forward. Look, I feel like there's a little bit of chaos back here and a lot of things that you had to come to terms with in order to be able to cut away the things that you didn't need. And the Six of Swords is about moving. It's movement, right? You've had acceptance of a certain situation that didn't work out here. You've thought it over. You've gained some wisdom over the situation. A truth comes to the surface while you're in hermit mode here. And it allows you to disconnect from this. It allows you to disconnect from the past, because the hermit is looking into the past. It allows you to disconnect from the chaos, or the chaos of the mind, and allows you to move forward to the calm. All right, let's pull some cards for the second week of February, because this is, right? This is the week ahead, which includes the 1st and the 2nd of February. Let's look into the next week after that. Tell me what's coming up there for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We do have the King of Wands in the reverse. Again, not feeling inspired, not moving forward. Who's this? This is Aries, Sagittarius, Leo energy, by the way. What else do we need to know? We do have the Five of Wands. So it feels like an internal struggle. I don't see the Five of Wands as arguing with anybody else. I do feel like you're arguing with yourself about the other people. That's what it feels like to me. So it feels like you're holding back, or you've decided not to put any more energy into a certain situation that makes you feel like you are in internal combat. You know those situations. You've been in situations like that before, where you hated the job, you weren't sure about the person you were dating, you were pretty sure that they were stepping out, or that they weren't being honest, or you know that internal struggle. And I feel like you're holding back because you don't want to take a step forward here. You're stuck in the internal struggle. Tell me what the challenge is, please. We do have the Eight of Swords. Yep, you're stuck in your head here. All right. So we'll look at that in just a moment. Let's take a little bit of a look here at the Ace of Wands in the reverse. Tell me why the Ace of Wands is in the reverse. It feels like you are setting boundaries. That's why the Ace of Wands is in the reverse. You're like, no, bro, I'm not just taking any old thing. Yeah, if you're not putting any energy into it, you're not doing your part, you're not answering the texts, all that kind of stuff, then I'm not into it. Tell me about the Ace of Wands, please. We have the Queen of Cups. It is something to do with the heart space. Because I feel like you're a person who is kind of, even though you're an air sign, that you're very connected to the heart space because you love balance, right? Balance in all things, including the heart space. We do have the Lovers, Gemini energy, and we have the Four of Swords. So it does really feel like you're healing from something here. It feels like Libra, and it's not going to be for everybody, okay? If this is not your reading, it's cool. It's all right. I'm reading for whoever is going to resonate with. And I feel like for you, Libra, if this is your reading, this is a general reading, and it's not going to resonate with everybody, and I'm okay with that. But I feel like with the Ace of Wands here and the Queen of Cups, it feels like you had really deep feelings for someone, Libra. Somebody that you were willing to give both cups to. She's holding up one cup, right? Offering it, but she's also got a one behind her back here. So it feels like you were falling in love with someone here and you thought that they were your soulmate. Somebody who was sent for you. It feels like you had to make a choice as to what you were going to do in this situation because you realized that this person started pulling away from you. Ace of Wands in the reverse. It was no longer exciting. They were no longer excited about the situation. They weren't pursuing you, or you didn't feel like you wanted to pursue, or something like that. We've got the Four of Swords here, and it feels like there has to be some sort of a healing that's going on here. So I want to say that I feel like that you got your feelings caught up with someone that maybe was a soulmate. And listen, not every soulmate is healed. We always come across soulmates that are going to give us nothing but lessons, and that's because they've learned nothing. And it ends up being like a karmic situation, even though they are a soulmate. True soulmate energy is very easy back and forth. It's very easy back and forth. But it feels like this one came with an Ace of Wands in the reverse and a Four of Swords. So it sent you into healing. I feel like you still have something to say. Let me look on this card, and this person's got their hand on the Ace of Swords, and they've got the Three of Swords up here. So I feel like this situation ended up disappointing you or breaking your heart, and I feel like you still want to talk about it. Or you have something to say as it comes into the first week of the first few days of next week. I feel like the Hermit is here trying to learn about the situation, holding out this lamp here, trying to understand the healing. How am I going to heal from this? Tell me about the Hermit, please. For Libra, tell me about the Hermit. freedom is yours. It's all up to you to learn the lessons and move forward accordingly. We do have the Five of Swords here. It was irreconcilable differences with this person with the Ace of Wands in the reverse. It feels like you two were not on the same path. It feels like you weren't headed the same way. And I think you're realizing that now in hermit mode. You were not on the same path. You were not heading in the same direction. And I feel like you decided it's time for you to go on your own. You liberated yourself. So you might have been the person that said, I can't do this. Maybe you pulled away or pulled your energy away. But we do have the Five of Swords, which tells me that, you know, it felt like you needed to give it up at any cost, because it feels like we were stuck in this place here of the nine swords here, that you were worried. You were always thinking about it. This person wasn't giving you any of their energy. You were wondering why, you know, all the little reindeer games that go on in between when you know somebody is not for you, but you still intend on hanging on. I feel like you decide to just let go. You no longer want this Five Swords energy in your life. You no longer want to be stuck in this place of I can't go your way, you can't go mine. It's like when you know you're not on the right path with somebody. It feels like here you decide that you're just going to move forward on your own. The Nine of excuse me, the Nine of Pentacles is here. So it feels like you finally do decide that you're moving out on your own here. I want to say that you're self-made. You're someone who's quite confident. You look really good. I feel like you could have a business, or you're really busy in whatever it is that you do. I want to say you're like a subject matter expert on whatever it is you do for a living, whether you have a business or not. This is usually an individual who's built themselves up from the ground, right? And I want to say that you've learned the lesson of the Queen of Swords. It's necessary to be the Empress, card number 3, to learn the Queen of Swords. For me, this was the hardest one. Maybe it was for you too, but speaking up, liberating yourself, and saying exactly what what's on your mind, but saying it in a constructive way, not an aggressive way, but an assertive way. And so, you know, telling people, like, I can't do this with you anymore. If this is the way you're going to treat me, then I can't do this anymore. I think you're coming to terms with all of that. Excuse me. You're coming to terms with all of that in hermit mode. And I feel like this Queen of Swords is giving you the freedom. Freedom to think how you want, because this is intuitive energy. Freedom to have growth. Freedom to go on a new journey. Tell me about the Six of Swords. I'm just going to get some water. Hang on, I'll put you on pause for just a second. All right, we're back. Here we go. All right, so we have the Six of Swords. So I feel like you have an acceptance of this situation. You realize that this person wasn't for you. They weren't for you. And that you two were not on the same path, Five of Swords. We have the Justice. There it is. Yep, you do create your own justice. It's karmic justice here. You leave this karmic situation and you do get your balance, Libra. That's you. You must have balance in all things, right? It is karmic justice. I do feel that the scales become balanced because you choose it. I feel like there's ideas that it's like the scales were not balanced for a while, but there's cards that are dropping out of her hand here. So it's a decision that you've made here by some sort of a reasoning that you have. It doesn't have to be through tarot, but it could be, you know, maybe you believe whatever the universe has in store for you. So I feel like you're the one that balances this situation because of the Six of Swords. Now, the Six of Swords is here, and then one is in the hand of one is in the hand of Libra, right? This is also swords energy. So to me, that's 7 swords. Possibly this person you realized was actually lying to you, that it wasn't anything. And we go 6, 7, 8, right? It wasn't anything that was supposed to carry on for any longer than it did. For some of you, you might be in this kind of relationship right now. And whether it's in love, whether it's with a child, with a brother or sister or mother, it's an abusive situation. It's a situation that kept you stuck in your mind, stuck in the swords. And you are the one who is bringing balance to the home. So for some of you, it could be your home. It could be your parents' home, but take it as it resonates. You've come to a balanced place in your mind about the Four of Wands. This is not what you want. Someone who's not going to put as much effort in as you, that's not what you want. You decide to disconnect from the situation and move forward here. It does feel here like you are, although kind of stuck in this energy of the 2 swords, We do have 6, and now we have 8, which is 8 here, right? 6 and 2 is 8. We do have 9, which is a little bit of worry, 1 with the Justice card. And we do, please take note that this person does not have these swords crossed over their chest. So I want to say that although you feel blocked, I feel like this last new moon here, or full moon here, the full moon in Leo that just went down on the 25th, a couple days ago, give that energy some time to ruminate. And it's not like things happen overnight when it comes to a full moon. I feel like you are understanding what went on back here. I feel like you have decided that, oh, okay, maybe I'm kind of blocked. Maybe I'm stuck at home. Maybe the most balanced place in your life is at home, right? 2 of Swords and the Justice and the 4 of Wands, which is the home. Maybe it's mostly that you feel a little bit blocked here, but it does feel like you have movement. Even though you feel blocked, I feel like you're blocking this person. It feels like somebody who didn't do you right, whoever they are, no matter what capacity they're in, that I feel like you're blocking that person because it was a disappointing situation. We've got 2 and 1 is 3. It was a disappointing situation, right? All right, let's talk about what's coming up here. So it feels like you have decided that you're not feeling inspired to move forward at all. It feels like you're trying to cure this, the indecision, feeling like there's competition here. It feels like you're stuck in your head in the second week of February here. Tell me how you get out of this. There it is. I love it. Yay, the Devil's in reverse. You release it. You just decide to release it. Whatever's been holding you back, the King of Wands is in the reverse. Whatever has been holding you back from finding the passion, the inspiration to step forward and get rid of the 5 of Wands, because the 1 wand that the King of Wands is holding and the 5 wands is 6, that's victory, right? That's victory after defeat. And we do have the 8 of Swords here, and we do have the Devil. You're releasing all of it. Yeah, when the Devil's in reverse, you're releasing everything that had you bound or chained. It's beautiful. We do have the World in reverse. Is it because the deck is in reverse? Let's just take a look. Sure is. It feels like there is some sort of a milestone. This is a milestone. You've come to an acceptance that you're never going to let people treat you that way. You're going to keep those people behind the boundaries that you've set up on yourself. You don't set boundaries up on other people. You set them up on yourself, Libra. And I think you're setting some pretty secure boundaries because you don't want to go through this stuff again. All right, Libra, I'm going to go. Thank you so much for watching here. I will be back because I'm always back. And you take care. Sneak peek for the week comes out tomorrow. Love you guys. Bye-bye.